Hi everyone. Hopefully you can hear me. Thanks a lot for everyone that's made the time to join our space today. As some of you might know, it's a very special day for Meridian as we've just launched on Meter mainnet. I'm happy to joined by both from the Meridian team as well as Zhaohan Zhu. I think I probably butchered that, but I welcome you both to introduce yourselves and just give a brief rundown about what you are and what you do.
Yeah, actually, I think you pronounced my name very right. So no worries. Yeah. Thanks a lot for the opportunity today. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks a lot for joining. As I understand it so far, you're the co-founder of the Meter Network. When exactly did the Meter Network launch?
Yeah. First of all, it's my great pleasure to be here today, and also even greater pleasure to have Meridian launch on the Meter mainnet. We actually started working on Meter since 2018. Initially, we were trying to complete Satoshi's original vision to create a sound money, which means having a stable purchasing power over time um, that's independent of the fiat system. But as we start developing the project, we realize we have to change the consensus layer for the network. So we actually put in the latest consensus, which is called the hot stuff. Nowadays it's hot stuff 2. We have already put in the most latest version. So Meter is a Ethereum compatible chain, highly decentralized and very high performance. Right now we have more than 350 consensus nodes from the community. It actually is scalable to tens of thousands. Ethereum compatible, but also front running resistant, meaning when you trade on Meter, you don't have to worry about the bots front running you, extract MEV values, those type of things. And finally, we have the original flat coin created by proof of work, but have a long-term economic equilibrium and maintain a stable purchasing power in the network. Yeah, that's just a high level for rundown for the Meter network.
Yeah, thanks a lot for sharing. I think being front running resistant is massive nowadays because you do hear about transactions on Ethereum, people losing tens of thousands of dollars in a single transaction to being front run, and it probably costs people in the hundreds of millions each year with the number of transactions happening. So I think that's a huge
Yeah,
selling point for
actually,
the
it's
network.
estimated the MEV extracted more than 1 billion last year from the crypto community.
Yeah, it's like an unhidden tax that everyone seems to pay,
Yeah.
but and I'm sure it's going to continue to grow.
Yeah,
So having that feature is incredibly
yeah, hey,
useful.
there is actually a
And also
website.
350 validators and growing. I saw a post recently about how easy it was to actually set up a validator node on Meter. So I think having that kind of ease is very important for growing that and getting more validators and increasing the decentralization. So that's quite cool. Yeah, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, definitely. Just wanted to add that I think there is a website that tracks all these sandwich attacks that happens from front running. I used to play with this website once. It's crazy how much getting.
I'm not sure if your speaker's working right now, but we can get back to them in a short while. So what would you say, Zan, to people that are just getting started with Meter? What's the easiest way to kind of get into the ecosystem? Because I know we've got a lot of users on Telos and Base, but they might not have heard of Meter before. So what's the best way to get started?
Oh, yeah. Actually, right now, I think if you're a lot of Meridian users are from Telos and Base, I think the easiest way to get into Meter is from Base. So we have a layer 0 powered bridge that's supporting USDC and also our governance token MTRG. You can actually find the MTRG trading pairs on Base airdrop. And also we have a synthetic asset protocol have something called SUUSD. SUUSD. It's available on Arbitrum as well. So you can use these three tokens to bridge back and forth between Base and Meter network. And once you get to the Meter network, if you pay attention to our bridge, passport.meter.io, there is a link for getting gas. So you can do gasless swap to obtain some initial gas to get started. Or there's a layer zero powered gas zip app can help you to send tokens from gas tokens from different networks to Meter as well. So I think that's the best way to get started. The next step is obviously jumping to Meridian, and also we have a DEX called VoltSwap, VOLTSWAP. So that's DEX has have a lot of liquidity for different tokens on the network. There's also one more DEX that's launching probably sometime next week, or the next 1 or 2 week. And yeah, potentially another one as well. So yeah, so that's how you get started on the Meter network.
Yeah, we've been speaking to a few different projects actually that are interested in working with you guys. I think you probably know the ones I'm talking about. But yeah, it does seem that Meter is at the start of this quite big growth phase, especially as you get more and more protocols being onboarded. So from your perspective, what kind of dApps would you like to see deployed in the near term or even the long term?
Yeah, obviously, we're like a infrastructure. Meter is like a smart contract platform, so we welcome like all kinds of different applications to deploy on the Meter network. But I think on the crypto space, the most successful ones tend to be like asset related or like fi related, right? So like DeFi, GameFi, SocialFi, all these are like applications we would love to like support on the Meter network. Even like meme coins, we are welcoming. We actually have like various support program for developers to deploy on the network. So it's starting from like grant or like incentive for the users, or like liquidity support. Yeah, so just feel free to reach out to us if you like thinking about deploying any applications on the Meter network.
Yeah, I think the incentives program that you guys run is actually really competitive compared to what other networks offer. For example, the fact that you base the incentives the protocol receives to give its users based on the protocol's TVL, I think that's a huge selling point that if more projects knew about, then you'd see an even larger influx of projects entering the ecosystem, because that's just something that's not really being offered by many networks out there, but is something that a lot of projects and DeFi applications definitely look for, because actually building an initial user base can be quite challenging, because usually you have to reward your users with your own native platform token, but obviously that can be quite inflationary. So being able to work within like a strong partnership with the network themselves to build liquidity to benefit both the network and the DeFi protocol, I think is hugely beneficial. So having that incentives program in place is amazing from our perspective.
Yeah, definitely, because we have tried several DeFi applications ourselves as well, and we understand building the initial liquidity and TVL is very challenging, especially for like new applications that just launched. So we would like to like support the developers throughout the process. For example, the TVL incentive is based on like how much TL locked in the application. But we understand when an application just start, you probably don't have enough to like start the flying wheel. So we can actually like give you some upfront incentive to get the process started. And after a few months, you can gradually move to the complete TVL based user incentive, that type of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and it looks like it's working so far. Based on your TVL in October, it was around 4 million. Now you're sitting at over 8 million. So it's definitely starting to show through.
Yeah, we hope
So
it will like attract more developers and users to the network as well. So the process, and also like we are going to launch another network-wide like point system that will lead to future airdrops. Because we actually just passed a governance proposal that 15 million of the meter governance token will be reserved for like incentives for the user incentives, airdrops, developer grant, those kind of network growth related activities. And we will start with like a point-based system to basically attract more users and activities to the network. So that's gonna come in the next month or so. And like Meridian is obviously one of the applications that will be included in the list.
well, we're very much looking forward to that. Then it should be very exciting. So from a developer standpoint, what are the main things that Meter's working on at the moment? You know, are you looking into maybe zero knowledge proofs, or are you maybe thinking about side chains, or what's kind of like the long term strategy?
Yeah, so one of the things we're just recently talked about is we're in the process of developing a very secure bridge to BTC. So that will enable Meter to actually function as like a BTC L2. Um, and also we are opening up because in it right now we mentioned about the starting a validator on the Meter network, right? We actually is one of the easiest to set up and lowest required and in terms of hardware for a layer one blockchain validator. But right now, in order to start a validator, you have to own enough a Meter governance token, the MTRG token. We want to broaden the reach to attract more external users to the network as well. So we're going to support the multi-asset validation, which means you can use like BTC or even restaked Ethereum in the network to start a validator and like start earning the Meter governance token in block rewards. We believe this can, yeah, broaden more like TVLs and also more users and activities in the network. So that's another thing we're working on. And yeah, also obviously other things like decentralized sequencers, DA layers, those L2 related things. Yeah, we're also looking at those as well.
Yeah, I think that's a very unique value proposition that I haven't heard of any other networks working on. So that is interesting. And if you can unlock, you know, the capital from Bitcoin or from staked Ether, then there's a huge amount of value there for users. So yeah, that's incredible. We've just been rejoined by Yar, so hopefully the speaker's working now. Yeah, test it
Yeah,
out.
can you hear me now?
Yeah, much
Yeah,
better. Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, not sure what it was before. Yeah, so nice to meet you, everyone. Still now I heard what you said, and I can say from our end we are that Meter is one of the chains we are most interested and excited to integrate with, and it's the value proposition is clear and huge on our end. Yeah, so it was really good to hear that from our end. Maybe I will just introduce myself. So I'm Yair. I am in charge of the business development side of Meridian. Not sure we talked about Meridian Lend maybe a bit. If you manage to say a few words about this and what users can already do with Meridian Lend, which that just got live. Have you managed to speak about this a bit?
No, we've not covered that yet, but yeah, feel free to take the stage and walk us through Meridian Lend and how it works.
Yeah, absolutely. So Meridian Lend is one of three of our of the Meridian products, and he is the first to join the Meter ecosystem. So Meridian Lend is a Aave V2 fork, so users can lend and borrow assets. Currently, I believe USDC, USDT, Ether, and MTRG and staked MTRG or wrapped staked MTRG are enabled. With more assets will come in the future as well. Probably USDM, which is our stablecoin, will join the list in the future. In a few hours, we plan to launch the incentives on Meridian Lend, and we will drop a short explainer on how it works for specifically for the Meter users, which might be their first time using Meridian. Shortly, you will get MTRG rewards for both lending and borrowing assets. So it can be really lucrative, specifically for the early birds out there that want to leverage their DeFi positions with Meridian Lend. Maybe TJ, if you want to add a few things from your end as well.
Yeah, I think you covered it very well there. As you said, the incentives will be going live in the next couple of hours, and once they do go live, there's going to be some very attractive yields to be earned. I think currently the TVL is around $17,000 as the protocol has just gone live. But then in the next few days, we can expect that to tick up a lot. But until then, the rewards are going to be very, very competitive. So make sure to check that out. That's at lend.meridianfinance.net on the Meter network. So very good earning opportunities there that you definitely won't want to miss. Yeah, so I'll just
and
take
I
a
think
minute.
you guys are Aave fork, right? So and it's fully audited
exactly.
by the auditors. Yeah.
Yeah, so we inherit the same security that is inherent to Aave as a direct fork of their V2 code. Same with all our applications, actually. So trading platforms are fork of GMX, stablecoins are fork of Liquidity, and yeah, the lending platforms are fork of Aave V2. So generally speaking, we don't like to make additional changes since this does add a security risk. And when we do make additional changes, we of course get those changes audited. But yeah, I'll give a little rundown of our future roadmap with Meter. Share with the audience here. So our kind of goal in the long term is to build out a DeFi infrastructure across several different chains, and Meter's kind of very core to that plan. So as I just mentioned, we've got a stablecoin USDM and a trading platform, which is a fork of GMX, which aren't yet live on Meter. But in the coming, weeks and months, we're certainly going to roll those out, and I think they're going to unlock a huge amount of utility on the network, as I don't think you can currently do leverage trading. Correct me if I'm wrong, Xiang.
That's
But
right. Yeah, you guys will be the first that enables this. Yeah.
yeah, so I think once we have that, we should see, a very big tick up in trading volume on Meter, and so that's something we're very excited about. And then additionally, we've got our own stablecoin, which is USDM. So we've got to make some upgrades to the smart contracts to make them compatible for Meter. But once this happens, we'll have this whole suite of DeFi products on the Meter network, which I'm super excited about because each DeFi product complements the other one. So having all three together really builds this strong network effect where each product kind of benefits the other products. if that makes sense. So yeah, a lot of development to be accomplished from our end, but we can be more excited.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. So in the future, for example, your like GMX fork type of derivative trading will be built on the USDM.
Yeah, so the trading platform will support a basket of different assets, and USDM will be one of those assets. So yeah, the kind of idea is that the more utility we build around USDM, the greater the network effect and the greater the adoption the USDM stablecoin will have. Because I think that's the best way to grow the adoption of a stablecoin, is to have the utility for it and applications to deposit it in and use cases.
Definitely, yeah.
And hopefully we'll also be the first stablecoin on the Meter network when that time eventually comes around. We'll see. I'm sure there's a lot of other projects racing to become the first once they uncover what the Meter network has to offer anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
So, question for you, Zoan. Aside from the development side standpoint, have you seen much kind of interest on the social fi side of things for the Meter network, or maybe just like if you have a killer dApp in mind that you think's really going to take Meter to the next level?
Yeah, we're actually actively looking at different applications. SocialFi, I mean, we spent some time looking at like different SocialFi applications, but haven't I would say haven't found the right partner for the SocialFi application yet. So if any developers are interested in building SocialFi applications, we'd love to chat more about it. I think as a like infrastructure, the first step is obviously to have more like liquidity on the network. So the DeFi applications are basically stepping stones for all the other applications building on top. That's definitely an area that we want to like build more activities and more TVLs on. And on top of that, I mean, like essentially sky is the limit. I mean, like there's all kinds of things that potentially can build like GameFi because we're like highly fast and gas efficient. And yeah, I mean, I think the innovation space for the blockchain space is very big. I mean, like for example, recently we've been talking with a lot of AI type of applications, DeepIn type of applications. I mean, yeah, we have like quite a few of them, like maybe launching or will announce in the next month or so. So yeah, just keep tuned, and yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yes, we are also looking to partner with every other project that comes to Meter. We will be happy to support and see how we can collab. So feel free, if you are a project owner or thinking to come to Meter, feel free to reach out. We will be happy to partner up.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how we.
For example, one
yeah.
of the things we're recently been discussing is to have a restaked Ethereum on the Meter network, and there's one partner that's already committed. Right now, we're just waiting for their Oracle feed to be available on the network. I think it will be very interesting to have them to be supported in Meridian. Yeah.
Yes, sounds really good. We will be happy to collab on that initiative, definitely. I think now we can open the stage for questions from the audience a bit. If someone wants to speak up or write in the chat, as we shared, we also have some rewards and prizes for questions from the audience. So we'll be happy to take this. If someone want to speak, we can allow him to speak, or in the chat, the comments section.
I think just now Matic actually had raised her hand, but she dropped off.
Really, let me pull up and see if there are questions in the chat.
Yeah.
Looks like in the comments there is a GIF of the rock for now. Let's give a few more seconds if someone wants to take a shot and ask all about Meridian or about Meter in general. It will be good to get any doubt or any question covered. If not, feel free to reach out on our Telegram group or Discord. We are super active there, and also on Meter group chat. There seems to be a really good time there and good activity. So definitely check, definitely reach out. Yeah, looks like TJ, if you want to give some words to wrap it up.
Yeah, unless there are any other questions. I see there's one more comment just come in. When will we see Meridian trade launch? Very good question. So the current plan is around 4 weeks. That's kind of dependent on a few other things, but hopefully around 4 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks time, we'll see Meridian trade launch. 6 being the pessimistic side, but yeah. Unless there might be one more question. And what kind of incentives are we looking on Meridian Lend starting today? So yeah, that's a good question. I'd say the deposit APY and the borrow APY will be probably over 100% APR for some of the pools, just because the USDT pool, for example, doesn't have many assets deposited in at the moment, so a little bit of rewards will go a very long way over there. So if you do have some USDT or any other asset like wrap stakes, Meter, or USDC, then you probably will earn a very good yield for the coming weeks until other people kind of uncover this opportunity. So being early will definitely pay off in this case. I think that's it. So thank you very much for everyone tuning in today. Hopefully you learned a little bit about Meridian and also
Actually,
learned about.
can I ask a question? Like, are you guys planning to launch a token as well?
Yeah, good question actually. So we've got a token already, which is MST. So MST is currently available on Base and Telos and Fuse. In a couple of days' time, Layer 0 will add an endpoint that will enable us to also bridge the MST token to Meter. So once that's live, then the MST will also go live on the Meter network. And the great thing about this is that you'll be able to purchase MST through VaultSwap, and then you can simply stake it through our staking page and start earning a proportion of the yields generated by lending. And then over time, as activity increases on lending and more people start borrowing, that will obviously increase the amount of rewards you'll earn. And then when trading goes live as well, that's also going to really amplify the yield, what you can earn on your MST. So we're all about kind of real yield. So yeah, there'll be a very good opportunity once it's ready.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, stay tuned on the Meridian Twitter page, as that's where we'll be posting our updates on the MST staking and when that's going live. But yeah, I think unless there's any other questions, then we can wrap it up there. But Zalhan, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been an absolute pleasure, and hearing more about Meter's been great.
Yes, thanks a lot for the opportunity. Yeah. And great to have Meridian on the Meter network.
Yeah, thank you very much. But we couldn't be happier to be here. I'm very excited about what the next few months is going to have in store. And yeah, just kind of hoping that it really takes off and we can get grow the user base of both Meter and Meridian in the process, and really make it a joint success. So yeah, let's see where it goes.
Thank you.
On that note, thank you everyone for joining.
Thank you, everyone.
Have a great evening.
Thank you very much. Have a good one. Future is bright.
Definitely.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.